Well, okay, some of you are rowing right now. But if you never want to row again, that is up to you. We've got one long block on the floor. We'll also work through endurance, strength, and power. And then it's up to you whether you want to throw some rows in there. So every class that I've taught with this template, people have said, you know rowing in the lobby. And most of them have rowed. So let's see if it's the same here. All right, with that, rowers, it is time to rack your handles, unstrap your feet, slide your shoes up and out, and head on over to the floor, keeping the same station number as your rower. Tread team, keep working away at your base. I'll be back with you once I get the floor started. So for a team, we've got one long block, 23 minutes long, and it has 3 parts. Looks confusing up there, let's work through it. We have a back-to-back for endurance where we will fight fatigue. We've got a back-to-back for strength where we will fight that force with heavier weights. And we will end increasing our output with a power back-to-back. We do each back-to-back twice, and then we have a choice. Do we want to move on to the next part, or do we want to row? Every row is a 300-meter push. Starting with that first back-to-back, we've got high rep range, so think lighter weights here, 12 to 16. You should feel like you could go a couple more reps if need be. First exercise, we've got that goblet lateral shift. Weight at your chest, goblet style, brace your core, feet wider than hip width, hinge at your hips and bend one knee, sinking towards that leg, keeping your eyes forward. Come back up, second rep, we switch sides. Option here, we can avoid the wide stance and do lateral lunges instead. Then we've got that split stance low row. Split stance, most of the weight is on our front foot, hinge at the hips. Dangle one weight beneath your shoulder, opposite hand to the front leg. Elbow comes up and back as the weight goes to your pockets in 1 count, 2 counts on the way down. Option here, we can use the TRX instead of a dumbbell. Part 2, strength. Heavier weights with a lower rep range of 6 to 10. When you end, you should feel like you could do maybe 1 more. Starting with that 2-handed single dumbbell squat. Feet about hip-width apart, both hands on the bar of the dumbbell. Eyes forward, core braced, tall spine as you squat down as low as you can. And come back up. That's 3 counts down. Pause, 1 count up. Then we get into that post grip chest press. Lie back on the floor, brace your core to protect your lower back. We want the elbow in tight by the rib cage as we drive that weight up towards the ceiling and then back down. Just like on the squat, it is 1 count up, pause, 3 counts down. We'll talk about part 3 a bit later. We've got a lot to remember already. We're excited to get started. Do we know if we're rowing or not? Thumbs up all around. All right, team, you guys can get started with part 1. I'll be back once I get the treads going. Tread team, you've got one long block, 23 minutes here, 3 parts. Starting off with endurance, we will be fighting that fatigue through 2 rounds of a push-base pair. Push is 3 times as long as base, so let's see if we can get into that low orange by the end of our first push. Starting off with a 3-minute push into a 1-minute base. Power walkers at 4% or greater. Joggers and runners 1 to 2 miles per hour over your base in 3, 2, 1, push!
We're sitting in a console, memory lane in the headlines. It's got me reminiscing on the good times. I'm turning off a real life driving back, trying with an easy street on mud tires. Back in the day, my phones were still the truck up in the dirt road, driving all watch with the word like on my call girls. Yeah, in the hall, Jack and Jim, if you do.
row. This should feel uncomfortable. Aim for that order. 1 count back, 2 counts forward. Not an all out, but slow it down just a little. Treads, you're halfway through base. All right, tread team, last 10 seconds here at base. Coming into that 3-minute push. Again, maintain or increase from last time. Power walkers 4% or greater. In 3, 2, 1, push. Maybe one more rep by the time you're done each exercise.